is stealing content okay? Certainly, it is hard to find someone who never used pictures from the internet or the music in their videos. Maybe some kind of breathtaking recordings from drones or just any simple video footage. Did you know that you can lose a considerable sum of money, a real big fine? This is the thing that can threaten each of us, and you as well, if you don't consider the basic things. No doubt that very often other users' content not simply inspires others to create, but they actually copy the content and post it on their channel. Obviously, it is a plagiarism and a copyright infringement. But if you really need to use the other people's content, you have to know what Content ID means. Most importantly, to understand what copyright strike is and how to avoid it. Of course, you can say that you saw 1,000 times how people use someone else's content in their videos. For example, Michelle Phan, a beauty blogger with almost 9 million subscribers on YouTube, who was sued by Ultra Records. Their list includes such artists as Steve Aoki, Kygo, and Calvin Harris for using copyrighted background music. Yes, it is possible to do, but it's not that simple. It's essential to know a particular set of rules. So watch this video till the end to not lose your money. My name is Diana and I'm a creative director in YouTube promotion. And our topic today is copyright. Sounds scary? No worries, we will sort it all out for you and explain it in simple words. Now we own not only material things like cars, phones, even yachts, but also we have intellectual property rights. If you violate copyright laws, you will face a penalty for this. That's for sure. If you don't want to deal with going to court, as Michelle Phan, then you should clearly understand what this copyright thing really is. There are only 6 formats: audiovisual material, movies, series, and of course videos posted on the net, including YouTube content. Music content, regardless of artists' popularity and whether they're alive or not, as well as music sounds. I mean, really, even laugh tracks can be owned by somebody. Literary works such as lectures, articles, books, and so on and so forth. Artistic works, paintings, posters, and advertising as well. Video games and computer programs. Copyright in dramatic works, theaters, and performances. So you have to be really careful if in your video you use different kinds of references, sounds, and footages which you didn't make. Important, even if you quote authors or tag them, still it doesn't mean that you have a right to use their content. You'd probably agree that it is strange when your video gained lots of views and then out of nowhere YouTube decided to delete this video because of a copyright infringement. Another point, when you make a really cool and unique content, but your video is not gaining even 1,000 views, just like us on our YouTube channel. In this case, you might think about turning to Viewsta page, where you will find a wide range of promotion services for YouTube. You can get subscribers, likes, and comments legally and without any bad consequences. This is a fast and effective way to get maximum exposure on the platform and receive recognition your content deserves. The only bad thing is that you may get tired from answering all the questions from your new subscribers. How does YouTube identify content infringement? You think that on YouTube there are hundreds of people sitting and actually analyzing each video and look for matches? No way! From 2007, YouTube has its own system that reveals content that was copied, Content ID. This system sort of scans video and audio from authors and then automatically compares other videos to find matches. So, if you copied or used the whole video or just several parts of it, it is very possible that the authors of the content would get monetization, not you, for your video. See? What is more, they have all rights to require the deletion of your video. The worst thing that can happen to your channel, it can get blocked. You will get a short notice of 3 strikes before you will be blocked. Strike is a result of a complaint that is filed by the owner of the content that was used in your video, violates YouTube policies or any other copyright infringement on the platform. What if you get first strike? Simply, you wouldn't be able to post any type of content for a week, like they freeze your channel for this period of time. This includes live streaming and other types of channel's activity. Important! Here's the thing. You get a 1-week freeze period, but your strike will remain on your channel for 90 days. So after 1 week, you can upload content, but make sure you don't get a new strike while on 90 days period. If you get a second strike, you won't be able to post anything on your channel for 2 weeks if you get a second strike within this 90 days period. Third strike? If you get a third strike within 90 days, it is literally a catastrophe. YouTube won't allow you to post anything at all. How? All of your videos and all comments will be deleted. Even more, your YouTube accounts will be blocked forever. And one more thing, you won't be allowed to actually create new YouTube channels. We highly advise you to get the idea of how to not have a copyright infringement as well as understand YouTube's community guidelines. Never post the content on these following topics: nudity and sexual content, suicide and self-harm, harassment and cyberbullying, hate speech, misleading or deceptive content, spam, deceptive practices or scams, child safety, and fake engagement. On YouTube, there's a lot of channels that upload videos from other authors, like short parts of a longer video without author's permission. See, this kind of account holders come up with nothing new. They just take the content from other channels and upload it on their channel. That's it. At this moment, some users begin to go nuts having one big question. Then I can't use anything made by other people at all? Now what? Calm down, take a deep breath, and continue listening. Fortunately, there are a lot of ways to have access to the author's content. Let's start with music. If you need a cool background music, YouTube offers a library of free music and different sound effects. From there, you can download tracks and use them in your videos without any consequences. For all types of content, YouTube has a special kind of license, Creative Commons. This license allows artists to use content. To find a video containing it on YouTube, simply pick a filter Creative Commons in the Feature section. Content licensed with Creative Commons also posted on Wikimedia Commons, OpenClipArt, Wikimapia, OpenStreetMap, Wikisource, Intratext, and others. And for example, Pixabay and Unsplash use their own license, but you can use royalty-free files from these websites. So, why are there accounts that still use movie scenes, music tracks, and other types of content? Like, for example, Jeremy Jans. For those who are not familiar with Jeremy Jans' channel, he has almost 2 million subscribers and almost 800 million views. He's an American YouTuber that makes weekly movie reviews, analyzes popular movies, and gives his own comments using comedy. He gives his honest opinion about films, talks about authors' mistakes, in other words, makes fun reviews of these movies. And what is more important to us is that he uses entire movie clips in his reviews. How does he do that without being blocked? First, the amount of information borrowed. In his YouTube videos, Jeremy Jans uses a small part of movies for his reviews. Actually, there is a small life hack. A huge number of YouTubers believe that it is possible to use any kind of video or music tracks no longer than 5 seconds. I mean, a lot of popular YouTube channels already use it. But we warn you, use these methods at your own risk. There's always a risk when you use someone else's material that has a copyright. Now, let's go back to Jeremy Jans. The next thing is how we use someone else's work. When Jeremy Jans uses some of the movie scenes, his aim is not to actually copy it. He comes up with his own ideas and makes absolutely new kind of content, original one. He shares his own opinion on that matter and makes his own reviews. And so he creates new content, a new kind of product. So the significant part of his videos is just him giving his opinion. As a creator, your goal is to never cause any kind of harm. No matter how much Jeremy Jens criticizes some of the movies in his videos, his reviews make a huge impact on people's interest to watch a movie. So, movie makers don't actually lose money, they profit from it and increase their movie budget. Well, now that all YouTube creators borrow content, how can you upload and claim your videos? It's very easy. You can do that via Studio Content Manager in YouTube Dashboard after selecting necessary videos and claim your video in the Rights Management tab. These were the main YouTube copyright and fair use policies. This is a hard topic, and creators should consider a lot of details before uploading their content. So, if you have any questions on that matter and you want to know more about it, leave your questions under this video and we will surely answer them. We used that with you today, and we talk about everything that can be useful and helpful for YouTube creators to develop their channels and make them more visible on the platform. Stay tuned for our next videos. For now, we thank you for watching and we'll see you very soon. Hasta la vista!